Okay, awesome.
So,
Actually, question, you have us right now, I don't know if it's my screen or your screens. I see you on the full, so that's speaker mode. And then I can see us on the side. Is that like?
so you can either do that, or if you go up where it says speaker view, or should there be like little squares? Do you see? So click the little squares. That way you can see everybody at the same time.
Got it. Oh yeah, the gallery view. Okay,
You see that too, Claudine?
Yeah,
Wait, how do you mean the plus or minus?
Oh, you're doing it on your iPad, so it's a little bit different. So on your iPad, is there a way that you can see multiple faces at the same time?
I'm scared to press a button because I only see a plus or a minus.
You only see a plus
Right now I see you when you talk, and then when Julia talks, she comes on.
Got it. So there is a way on the iPad to also go to the gallery view where you can see everybody at the same time. If you can't figure it out right now, I can grab my iPad. I can figure it out.
Now I see it. Yeah.
You did it?
Now
Okay,
I see
perfect.
all three of you. Yeah.
Perfect. So this is the view I usually use when I'm teaching. I like to be able to see everybody at the same time.
So the gallery view.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then and the reason that it was originally switching when each of us spoke is because there's a setting that says featured video is the person speaking. So if you're teaching a class, you're going to be the only one speaking. So you would always be featured for them. And then you can see all of them in the gallery view.
So that's a setting you as the host click somewhere.
Exactly, yeah. If it under Zoom, there's something that says preferences, and you'll see all the settings that you can set up. There's a great setting that I like to use that I'm using right now, where it slightly makes you look a little bit prettier. So like if you didn't put your makeup on in the morning, it just like glazes over all the slight imperfections.
Wait, stop everything. Where is that button?
So you go to preferences.
Where does it say preferences?
Let me grab my iPad so I can talk you through too, Claudine.
This is so exciting. I'm gonna look prettier.
Julia, are you?
And I'm sitting home at my couch. This is amazing.
Julia, are you doing this on your computer, on your laptop?
I'm doing.
On my
I usually do it on my laptop. I find that when I'm teaching, I like to be on the laptop better. As a student, you don't have a laptop. So the iPad's totally fine. And I've taken classes through Zoom on the phone and the iPad, and it looks great as a student.
Wait, here it comes. Touch up my appearances. Ready?
Yeah.
I don't look any different, do I?
See, you're pretty to begin with. I mean, it doesn't like put makeup on you. It's just like a slight filter.
See it. Watch my little wrinkles. Watch.
Yeah, exactly.
A little lighter.
Oh.
Okay, touch up appearance. Thank you for that.
No problem. Okay, I'm on the iPad, Claudine. Claudine, do you see like a little, it looks, you know, that little settings thing? It's like a circle. It almost looks like a flower.
Yeah, but
you might not be able to do it while you're in the video. You might have to change your settings and then before you go into the next video.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
And I can take a couple screenshots on my iPad later on to kind of show you how to get there on the iPad.
Okay.
I can send you both a teacher in Kentucky, Erica Walters.
Yes, Erica.
You know Erica?
Well, just because she was on the teacher studio owner page.
Yeah.
I was so inspired by her post yesterday.
Right?
I actually was corresponding with her. Yeah. You and her, like you popped up. I switched screens and yours popped up. I was like, yes. Yeah. So what were you going to say about her?
I don't know if she sent it to you already, but she kind of wrote up instructions for her clients of like how to use Zoom and made it like super user friendly. So she sent that to me and I'm sending that out to my clients and I'm happy to share it with you guys too. Or she can share it with you.
But that would be great. I don't know who that person is. So.
Okay, I'll send it to you, Claudine. Because I
haven't heard back from her yet, so I'd love if you'd send it to me.
Yeah, I'll forward it to you. I found with like the older clientele, they were the most hesitant to want to try this, but I think people are starting to realize like this is kind of our new reality for a little while, and it's not going back to normal anytime soon. So I have a couple older clientele that I kind of did like a one-on-one, like 15-minute, walked them through like Deborah Cross, people in their 70s and 80s that like, this is just totally new to them. And like, we figured out based on their computer or whatever technology they had, what was the best system for them. And I think it really put them at ease to kind of get that one-on-one attention. And then obviously there's some people that were already using Zoom for work or whatever, and it was just second nature to them. So I think just putting in that little bit of extra time at the beginning, getting people comfortable. The other thing I'm doing is I'm sending home little packages to studio clients with props that I want to be able to use in group classes. Some of them already had a bunch of them, and some of them are purchasing things. Like I have toe correctors for sale for $30, which is like way cheaper than you can buy them anywhere else. So some people have been buying those from the studio. But like magic circles, I'm loaning out totally clean and sanitized and free of charge to any member that keeps their package active throughout this time. I'm giving them little like care packages of stuff they can use at home just as like an appreciation for like sticking with us.
You're in LA too, right? You're in Sherman Oaks, I think I saw.
Yeah.
So how are you getting it to them? Because you're not going into the studio.
So I'm going to go to the studio one time today and pick up a whole bunch of stuff. And I got a list of people that I just took an inventory of all the clients and what they need. And my husband and I are going to today just like drop off at people's houses.
Oh.
And then anyone that doesn't feel comfortable with me coming, I'm going to ship it to them.
Okay.
So I'm doing that one time, and like, I don't even know how much longer we're going to be allowed to drive. So I'm like trying to get it done as quickly as possible. And then all the extra props that other people might need moving forward, I'm going to just bring them all home. And then if people need things, I'll ship them to them. Because I figure like, I mean, what's the shipping, like $5-10? And to maintain a member that's paying you hundreds of dollars a month, it is totally worth it.
I know studios in Beverly Hills. I'm in Manhattan Beach, so it's probably not going to happen, but that's a really good idea. Also, have you thought for yourself as a business owner to do affiliate links?
To do what?
Sign up for an affiliate link?
So I have an affiliate link with Balanced Body, and I actually have sold 2 reformers and a baby chair so far, and I get 7% of the sales. So like I'm gonna make like $400 in commission this week, which is like amazing. So their affiliate program is definitely the easiest. Like you literally just contact them, they make you a special link, they tell you what your commission percentage is, they give you like some buttons you can put on your website, and then you can share it with your clients. They make it really easy for you. I tried to do the same thing with Grotz. Grotz is like, I just don't think they have it together to kind of like do things like that.
Yeah.
But since Balanced Body now has the Contrology line, I can now offer classical equipment to people using their service. So it has been a nice, knock on wood, the one today goes through it, but it's been a really nice passive income while I'm at home.
Did you deal with your actual sales rep to set that up?
So, okay. So I'm friends with Anna Caban. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's the brand ambassador for Contrology. So she put me in touch with someone who I think she's like in charge of marketing, or I can give you her information. She's not in sales. She works like more directly with like ambassadors and that kind of thing, marketing stuff. And they are all still responding to emails and phone calls. They're not working in-house, but they are working.
Okay.
So
I would really appreciate that, because I'm actually kind of shocked and annoyed that I've been a Balanced Body. So we have Balanced Body at our studio. I've been buying from them, using them for almost 2 decades.
yeah.
Kind of crazy. I didn't even know they had an affiliate program.
And I had to like specifically ask. So it wasn't like it was dropped in my lap either. I had to kind of like seek out that information. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy to share that information with you as well, because it obviously benefits them too. I know their sales are down. No studios are opening right now. So it's good for them as well.
And the reformers thing is huge right now.
Yeah.
Reformers. I have, by the way, in case you know, I have 2 classic, not classical reformers built in the 50s.
Wow.
And I would like to sell them right now. It'd be a great time to sell them if you unload them really cheap to get them out of my garage. And anyway, so just keep in mind.
Send me the info about that, because there's a woman in Palos Verdes who's looking to purchase a reformer for less than $2,000. I don't know if you have anything.
Yeah, no, I would sell them for $1,000. That's what I'm
really?
looking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
they're Grotz dimensions.
Yeah.
But they're from the 50s. Like they are almost should be in a museum, you know?
So why don't you text me later and we can figure that out?
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. So what I kind of had planned for today, and you guys can let me, I wrote a bunch of stuff down and you guys can tell me which of these things are kind of going to be most helpful to you. So I made a list of inexpensive at-home props that we can recommend clients get for clients that are willing to purchase things. And then I also kind of came up with ways to convert the exercises to just like random things that I had around my house. I'll give you the list first, and then I'll tell you kind of all the exercises I thought of, and you can tell me which ones you want to start with. How about that?
Awesome.
Okay, so the list of inexpensive things that people can purchase, a big yoga ball. You can get those on Amazon, like 10, 15 bucks, super cheap. A toe corrector, a bean bag, a set of hand weights, a magic circle, parallel bars, which you can use kind of as the push-up device, and the parallel bars, which are almost the same dimension as the Grotz push-up device, I got on Amazon for $20.
Nice.
So you can get those pretty affordably. And then a breathicizer, I feel like given the current climate, it's really important that we're doing breath exercises. So then the exercises that I kind of came up with for today, you guys can tell me which is of most interest and we'll put them in order. Exercises with the foot corrector that can also be done with a can, some balls, or a small foam roller. Some exercises with the tower or one-to chair that can be done with the ball or just on a normal chair with a chair back.
Yeah.
Some exercises with the small barrel or spine corrector that can be done just with a stack of pillows. Some exercises with a ladder barrel that can be done with a chair back and either a couch or a table. So of those, what do you guys want to start with?
BJ, do you have any? Like I've been dominating and talking.
Claudine, you have any requests?
You know what? Probably not the toe corrector stuff. I don't really care about toe. Maybe either the ladder barrel or the other, something that I can try to do with a chair, I guess.
Cool.
Right? Just,
all right.
I don't know. Does that sound good? Or the pillows, maybe that most people, like, because most of my clients are older. So they're going to want to
stretch out.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with some of the spine corrector stuff with the pillows, because it feels really great. And so many people are now sitting at their computer all day long. I think it's just great to give them something that they can kind of reverse that with. So grab, if you happen to have, so I have a really firm microfoam pillow and then a second pillow.
So two pillows.
So yeah, like 2, or if they're thinner pillows, I'd say 3. Perfect, Julia. Yeah, that looks
all right.
good.
Let me go get some real
You
quick.
the floor.
And we're gonna go on the floor.
Awesome.
And then you can also grab a set of hand weights.
To set up.
Okay.
Did Zoom earlier or private one-on-one earlier. A set of hand weights.
A set of hand weights, and then if you have a pole, grab a pole, and if you don't have a pole, you can grab a towel.
Okay, I have pillows and hand weights.
Awesome, and then either a pole or a towel.
Okay.
I've got everything. I'm actually going to disappear for a second, use ladies' room, but continue without me.
Perfect.
So the 3, are 3-pound hand weights?
The lightest ones you can get, whatever the lightest you have is.
Yeah, those are the lightest, the only ones I have.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
And then a pole, like a,
like if you have a pole, like the kind of pole we have. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Is this too big? Or I also have a, like this one.
Let me see. Either one. Those are both
Do you
great.
want it light? Like this is a 6-pound pole.
Oh, I'd probably go with the lighter one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna have your props nearby,
Okay.
and then go ahead and lay with your upper back on top of the pillows, and your knees bent and your feet planted.
Oh, is this too? I think this is too. Wait, that might be a little bit too mushy. I like sank right into the pillow.
So maybe you can either use like a pillow from your couch maybe, or just add a third one on top. Okay, so let's take the pole in your lap. And if your clients don't have a pole, they can use a broomstick.
Okay.
Or they can use a towel and just hold it taut. So you're gonna lay down and you want your head to be somewhat supported, your neck to be really long, and as much of head to tail connected to your pillows as possible. And then reach your pull straight up to the ceiling. So if I was teaching this in a class, and I'm gonna do this right now, I would get in position, get them in position, then I'd come over and watch them. So you can keep your knees bent and your feet planted, or if you can keep your low back long, you can extend your legs out in front of you.
Okay, wait, let me see. Hey, where can you see this? Tell me if should I put this on top, like, where can you see the
Go down a little bit more. There, that's good.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that good for me?
And you're perfect, Juliet. I can see you perfectly. So Juliet, pull your ribs forwards and downwards. There you go. Try to keep your ribs forwards and downwards. And then start to reach the pull back in space as far as you can keep your ribs forwards and downwards. And then lift the bar back up. So have both of you done this exercise on a small barrel before?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Good. So we know, and again, kind of going with that same theme, assumably you would teach this to a client who's done this before. So you can do breathing, inhale, exhale, reach down, open up the chest, right? Mm-hmm. So inhale up and back, ribs in, and then exhale, reach the bar forward and crack your chest open. Good, and you're trying to work through the upper thoracic region of the spine. So the nice thing about this is you can really see their side, you can really see what's going on. So you can set them up in a place that they can really work through that area.
Yeah, I'm realizing it's gonna be a problem. We have group classes, they're reformer based. We don't have any mat classes. So I'm like, yeah, people do this. It's all my privates that do this stuff. The groups, people don't.
Okay, so after this, we'll do the toe corrector series that I do to replicate the foot bar of the reformer. Okay, cool. So then you can switch to your hand weights. And you could do, like, let's just do 3 circles each direction. And obviously, if you're doing this with your clients, you'd go through the whole series. We're just kind of testing them out. And then you could do the same thing like you would do with the spine corrector with your hips on top. So you could slide yourself back. Yes, exactly. And reach your arms forwards in front of the front edge of the pillows.
Like here?
So.
Sorry, puppy. Oh, sorry, bud. Okay.
So kind of just cupping the front edge to the best of your ability so your arms stay long. And then extend your legs up to the ceiling. And you can do your leg circles, reaching down as far as you can keep your back connected, circle around, connect. You could do the whole series. You can do that. You can do your walking. You can do beats. You can do scissors. You can do bicycle. You can do shoulder bridge, one leg at a time.
Are you guys finding you're not getting in enough working out yourselves?
What'd you say?
Are you both finding you're not getting in as much physical activity yourselves since all this happened?
So actually, I feel like there's so many free classes going on online right now. I've been doing at least one every day.
Oh my God, I'm so impressed. I just think I've been in front of the computer working like a lunatic.
So at 1 o'clock, actually at 1 o'clock, if either of you want to join me, Dina Droder is doing a free 90-minute Zoom workout for teachers. I can send you guys the info.
Yeah, I have a call. Maybe I can see if I can move that to 2. Yeah, send that.
Okay, cool. So then come on off. So we get the idea, right? You can use the pillows as a barrel.
Below is barrel.
Yeah.
Pillows as a barrel. Okay, so Claudine, we're gonna go to the toe corrector and I'll show you a way you can make that without a toe corrector. And the
Okay.
reason that I use the toe corrector is because you can do a lot of work from the reformer with a little bit of tension, a little bit of stability.
Okay.
So if you have a toe corrector, go ahead and grab it.
What about asparagus bands?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, I have those.
So if you don't have a toe corrector, you can either grab like a long headband or 2 smaller hair ties.
Okay, let me go get another hair tie.
Okay, perfect.
I think these are going to be too tight. They're not even a spare. I don't know what they are. They don't even move.
So if you have 2 like that, what you can do is you can hook it to itself and, oh wait, how do I do this?
Like that?
Exactly, perfect.
Great. And you're just using hair ties, like little rolly hair ties?
Yeah, so you can use hair ties or you can take a headband
Okay.
and tie it like a bow to itself.
Genius. You're just making all this up this past week?
Not exactly this past week. Some of the stuff I made up before this.
You've been doing classes before this?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, damn, this girl.
Okay, so whatever you have, you put it around your big toes and you lay down.
Without the pillows.
So get at the pillows all the way. I'm just gonna lay on the floor because it doesn't bother my back, but obviously if you have a mat, that's ideal. Okay, so I always tell people to first we do a little visualization. So I say bend your knees and put your feet on your imaginary foot bar. Imagine that your head is supported with your headrest, your shoulders are supported in your shoulder blocks. You feel gravity releasing your center down into the mat. And then you can keep your head down or stack your hands one behind the other and curl your head, neck, and shoulders up to get into your powerhouse. Now with a soft point through your toes, find tension on your device and stretch your legs away and drag them back in 10 times.
And you're in Pilates V?
Your knees hip distance apart.
Are you in Pilates V?
No, I'm parallel.
You're parallel, okay.
Yeah. So obviously you could do this in Pilates V or parallel. I just find because the toe corrector forces your feet to be about hip distance apart, that I feel the tension better in parallel. Mm-hmm. So it feels more supported. Yeah. So the feet, the knees, and the hips are all working evenly tracking.
Okay.
So you do 10 toes, and then I always tell them a foot bar doesn't move up and down. It can only move out and in. So don't let your feet go up. Don't let your feet go down. They go straight out. They come straight in. If there's any pressure on the low back, they can go a little bit higher. And so you do 10 toes. And then after 10, come to the arch of your foot. 50% toes, 50% heels, like a bird on a perch. And then push the arch of your foot forward and suck it back in, maintaining 50% toe wrap, 50% heel wrap. Good. Keep your back sealed on the mat, no matter where your legs are in space. And then after 10 of those, you come to your heels, flex your toes upwards and backwards, push the heels away, and drag them back in. Pushing your feet against an imaginary wall. When your knees come in, try to bring your eyebrows to your knees and your knees to your eyebrows.
What do you mean with that? Oh, coming all the way. Deep flexion, okay.
And also keeping the curl up with your upper body so that doesn't get lazy. Yeah, there you go, good. And then you'd go to tendon stretch. So you press out and hold for tendon stretch. And keeping your legs out and tension on your strap, you flex, 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 and point, point, point. So you do that 10 times. So then if I was gonna continue, like tomorrow at 11:30, I teach a reformer on the mat class if either of you wanna jump in. And I literally go through the entire reformer order using this
Amazing.
and other things with, and all with just stuff you have at home.
Amazing. What time is that? 11:30?
11:30.
Cool. Yes.
So yeah, I've found creative ways to kind of convert. So I use the toe corrector for pretty much anything with the foot bar, anything with the leg springs.
Okay.
And then I use a towel on the ground. We can do that real quick. We'll do the towel on the ground.
A blanket works too, right?
Totally, yeah. And you can use this for the long stretch series and the stomach massage series. Can you see? Because Claudine, you teach reformer too, right?
Yes, but I haven't done it on this.
On here.
Yeah.
So for the stomach massage series, you can put your toes, there's my little baby.
Hi.
You can put your toes on the towel. And I usually give people two choices. This is level 1. More challenging is to lift your legs up like they're actually on the foot bar. And you press out and drag in. So you can go there or you can go here.
Okay.
I'm letting Kelly in. Oh, and Tanya.
Oh, look at that.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Tanya. We're currently talking about how to convert exercises from the reformer onto things you have at home. So we're doing the stomach massage series. So while you guys are setting up, let's just go through the whole series. So you can either do it with your toes on the ground or lift it up like your feet are on the foot bar, and you would press out and drag in. Now, because you're doing this without the support of the reformer, it is more challenging for the body. So typically between exercises, I give them a little rest. I let them hug into a tight little ball to kind of relieve the low back a little bit, because this can get more into the body than doing it on the reformer. I usually feel it here. Some people feel it in their hip flexors.
Mm-hmm.
So you would do that. And then if you're going to arms back, same thing, your fingertips behind you. Keep going with the footwork. And then you can go to the reach. And then the twist, you press out and twist, come in and lift.
So obviously the towel or blanket thing doesn't work on the carpet and the sticky.
No, it does not. It has to be on a hardwood floor. But you could do it, you can do it here.
Yeah. Much fun.
So I use the towel or blanket also for the long stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And up stretch. You come into your plank and you curl through your spine, rounding back for up stretch. And then you curl back into your plank.
Cool.
And then, so elephant walks you can do without any props at all. I do that for elephant. I have them come to standing with their palms on the ground. And then you walk opposite hand, opposite foot. Trying to keep the heels of your hands and the heels of your feet down on the ground. So that you could do without any prop at all.
I'm sure people are doing it that don't have flexible hamstrings like you. Do you have them use yoga blocks under their hands?
That would, yeah. So if they can't reach the ground, you could definitely have them put a yoga block under their hand if they have it. Mm-hmm. Or I just tell them, like, if you have to bend your knees, you bend your knees and you just do the best you can. And then, yeah, the elephant walks are great because you can have them walk all the way across the room, a couple different rounds of that. And then, so then for the knee stretches, if you have the towel, you can put your toes on the towel, find your shape,
Thank you.
and press out and in. If you don't have access to a hardwood floor, you can just hover and hold for knees off. And then for, you can do like a cat-cow for round, arch, and then hover the knees for knees off. So then, like if let's say we're continuing through the Reformer series, people have really been liking at the end of the Reformer, I go through all the splits that you would do on the Reformer, because those you can just do almost like a stretch, right? It almost feels like a yoga class. It's almost like a Warrior One triangle situation, you know? And those are familiar to people because they've taken yoga. It's just stretchy. It feels good at the end of the class. So I usually leave a little bit of time at the end because it's a lot harder to do the Reformer exercises without the Reformer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So didn't you say, or was it Claudia, that your clientele is mostly older?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
But that's why I'm just trying to get them on Zoom. Like, I don't even know.
Like, do they have Wi-Fi?
Well,
yeah. Yeah, like honestly, like I have a client, Deborah Cross, who Claudine, you know, Kelly, you know, she's in her 70s. Like she does privates with me twice a week. And like last week we spent half of her privates. Hi, Tanya. We spent half of her privates just like getting her set up on Zoom, getting the room set up that she was going to be using, like what is the best use of the space for her. And like that alone, I think was really comforting to her. Because part of this is also like, people are at their homes alone, they're lonely. Yeah. And for some of them, like the time they come in and spend with you is like their social time for the week. And that's now been taken away. So even just kind of spending that time with them, and even if they're not getting a full hour of exercise, like you're still doing a service, just spending the time with them that you typically spend with them, helping them get parts of their house set up, talking through things with them, and just making them feel at ease. Right? Like that's a lot of what we can do. I mean, I had someone who was like super hesitant to try class, and she came today and she was like, oh my God, it was so nice to see the community, right? Like, I mean, like this, it's so nice to see all of your pretty faces. Like, it's just.
Yours too.
Hi, Debbie.
Wait, he's going out into the world?
He's going out into the world. I know, our poor dogs have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I think that's also what we have to remember is our mindset is changing a little bit, that first and foremost, our goal is to just get them comfortable with this. Like you said, Claudine, getting yourself comfortable with this, getting them comfortable with this, so that you can just see them and get a couple minutes of movement, because anything is going to be better than nothing. Right?
Right.
So for those of you who are just joining us, we spent a little bit of time kind of just talking about Zoom and some tricks and tools for how to use Zoom for both private sessions and group classes. And then I had a list of exercises and pieces of equipment I've converted to other parts of the house just with everyday items. So far, we went over the Spine Corrector series for arms and legs. Are you guys both all familiar with that? Yeah. So, oh, here, Tanya, I'm going to unmute you. So we went through that you can do those with just a couple pillows stacked on top of the ground.
Okay.
And if they have hand weights, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have hand weights, you can use cans or water bottles or any sort of, like, I have some yoga tune-up balls they can hold in their hands, just any sort of feedback. Wine bottles.
Yeah.
Or a pole for the breathing exercise. If they don't have a pole, they can use a broomstick.
Nice.
Or they can just hold a towel taut across.
Yes.
So,
okay.
So we went through
How do you have your pillows set up?
So I have I have a lot of, here, I'll turn this down so you can. I have some really thick pillows. Like this is a Tempur-Pedic really thick pillow. And then I have a slightly softer pillow. So I use two. Because the idea is that you don't want to sink too far into it. You still want it to provide some sort of feedback. So depending on how thick the pillows are, you might have to use a lot of them so that you can lay over and have it kind of open up that upper thoracic region of your back while your head is still somewhat supported. And you don't just sink right in.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So we went through that. And then we've been going through some of the reformer exercises that you can do kind of converted to things at home, because Juliet and Claudine were saying they teach reformer classes. So it's going to be hard for their clients to kind of switch over to mat work because that's not what they're used to.
Right. Right.
So,
I came in while you were doing the reformer classes. That looked incredible. That's great. I'm sorry, I missed most of it. I don't want to make you go over it. Make you go over it for everybody.
So I'll tell you guys that tomorrow, 2 times a week, I teach a reformer on the mat class, and you're all welcome to join in. Tomorrow I have one at 11:30, and then Saturday I have one at 9:30. And I actually go through pretty much an entire beginner to intermediate reformer workout at home. So if anyone wants to jump in, you are more than welcome to join in. The
same link?
I'll send you the link after.
Okay, cool.
So I do use a toe corrector. I don't know if you guys have a toe corrector at home. And the thing I like about the toe corrector is it provides a little bit of spring resistance. It's a small spring, and it's a spring that people can use at home. So if people are open to purchasing one of these, that's great. If not, no worries. I found out some kind of creative ways to make one. This is just a headband, a stretchy headband, and I tie it to itself in a bow, and that works great. Or you can just take 2 little hair ties and do the same thing, tie them to themselves. Or Juliet had like those thick rubber bands from broccoli or asparagus, and you can do the same thing.
Okay. Oh,
Really intense.
Oh, that's so smart. I have so many hair ties around.
So that way clients have a little bit of resistance and stability so that they can use to kind of replicate the sensation that they're used to at home, at the studio.
Yeah. Okay.
And I posted a video on Instagram. I'm going to post it on Instagram TV that just kind of talks a little bit more about this. If you guys want to look at my Instagram and watch that at some point, that talks kind of specifically about this device and how to use it.
What is your handle?
Is old.school.pilates. We'll switch gears from reformer because I want to give a little bit more time to do some other things as well. But if anyone wants to tune in tomorrow or Saturday, it'll be an entire hour workout with just reformer on the mat. So, I see Debbie setting up her chair. Does that mean you want to do some one to chair, Debbie?
Oh, no. I actually have to hop off in a minute. I'm trying to keep track of all these Zoom meetings, and I'm doing some virtual privates already.
Okay, cool. So I do actually have some exercises from the one to chair that you can do. So if everybody has, and this kind of ties right into things that we can do on the ladder barrel. So we'll do one to chair and then we'll do ladder barrel. So I know not everybody has one, but it's typically fairly easy to convince clients to buy a ball like this because they're very inexpensive. You can get it online for like 10, 15 bucks. So if people are open to that, this is a wonderful tool. You can use it to replicate exercises on the tower, exercises on the reformer, exercises on the one to chair. I found it really helpful. But if not, no worries. We're going to do them with just a normal chair for today, assuming that the client has nothing at all. So I have the chair. Can everyone still hear me over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I want to make sure that if a client's going to be doing any exercises on the chair, that it's pushed up against the wall. Because if the chair moves and you're not there to spot them and they hurt themselves, we're going to feel terrible and we could somehow become liable, even though they've signed a waiver. So just in case, always make sure they push the chair up against a wall. So I'm gonna sit right at the edge of the chair, just like you would on the Wonder chair. And I'm gonna put my toes on the ground, like they're on the pedal with my heels together for the footwork series. And my hands are cupping under the front of the chair, just like they would on the Wonder chair. And then from here, it's harder than with the pedal because the pedal provides help, right? Springs are help. Here we have no help, but they're gonna lift the legs up and down 10 times. So you can go through the whole footwork series that you would do on the Wonder chair here. You can do your toes. And then you could take your arms to the back of the chair for a second arm position, come to your arches, same thing, arches. And then you would come to the heels, same thing, heels. And then if they're really strong and you want to give them an added challenge, they could cross their arms like this. And then for tendon stretch, and just, I'm kind of rushing through this, but you're all familiar with the series, right? You've done the series before?
Yes, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, totally.
Were you leaning back as you lifted your legs?
No.
Okay.
Trying to stay away from the back of the chair.
Okay. So but your tush was up to the front of the chair.
Yeah, so my tush is right at the edge.
Okay.
I'll give you a different view so you can see from here.
Oh,
so my
sorry.
tush is right at the edge. And then I'm trying to stay as close to the edge as possible.
Okay.
I'm trying, it's hard, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to lean back.
Yeah.
As I go through.
Wow. Okay. Ooh, that's really hard. Okay.
It's really hard. But again,
Oh, so you can put
Wonder chair is an advanced apparatus. So the client you're giving this to is already familiar with some intermediate advanced exercises.
Okay. That's great. Okay, thank you.
So then for the tendon stretch, and again, my chair's here now, but you would have your client have it up against the wall.
Okay.
So for tendon stretch, you round over just like you would on the Wonder chair with your hands on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lift your heels up and you resist them down. So just lifting and lowering the heels.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll go through like a couple of the more fun, slightly more advanced exercises on the chair, but I know not many of us are working with clients that can do these. So I won't spend too much time on them. But you can do your mountain climbers. Or you can do your mountain climber like this, right? Just like your foot would be on the pedal. You can do
that again.
Up front,
Ooh. Okay.
right? And if this is against the wall, they can hold on to the wall for support if they need it. And then you could do going upside.
Woo. You're getting your workout.
I know, I'm getting my workout. So again, if they're holding onto the wall, they have a little bit of support. They can go upside. They can go up front. They can do their mountain climber. So pretty much anything that you could do with a chair, you can do without the pedal. It's harder.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind as you're giving a client exercises that you have to kind of almost think back a level because what was intermediate is now advanced.
Okay.
Let me see if there's any other exercises. So you could do the 100 in the series of 5 on top of the chair. I'm sure we've all done that before.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Oh, okay. Here's some ones that are kind of more beginner that you could give to more people. So again, I'm going to turn the chair to the side so you can see, but it would be up against the wall for them. And these are a couple things that would be wonderful to do with a yoga ball if they have a yoga ball. And if they don't have a yoga ball, they can just do with their hands on top of the chair or their feet on top of the chair. So I'll do it with the yoga ball. So you can do your spine stretch forward like you would from below on the Wonder chair with the hands on top. You can inhale, push down, open your chest. Exhale, round up and over, pushing down on the ball. Stack the spine. Exhale. right? Have we all done this on the window chair, sitting from below?
Yeah.
So you can use this, and the nice thing about the ball is it has a little bit of give.
Yeah.
So it helps you find your center, and it's reminiscent of the feeling of a spring. So you could do that here. You can do your semicircle with your feet on top.
Oh.
So your hips come up, you stretch your heels down, you articulate down, you release the heels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of these could also be done just with your feet on top of the chair. And then you can do the teaser from the bottom with the ball for an advanced person, because it's actually harder with the ball because the chair wouldn't move, the ball's gonna move. Or you can do the teaser from the bottom here. Put your hands on an imaginary pedal, rounding down and up. You can also do your mermaid from kneeling and just pushing down on the chair to kind of activate the sideline. Or mermaid from the top. Just like this one. Side bend stretch. And you could do both sides like that. Let's see. Okay, so then this is one other, a little bit more advanced exercise, but you could try it with someone. The frog's facing in and out. So the arms come behind you. You sit down along your imaginary wall, and then it's like a tricep dip. The arms push down and lift up, and you try to keep the arms moving you, not the legs. So you can do that from there. You can also do that from here. Just how you would do it on the chair. Any questions about those or other chair exercises you want to figure out?
I have 1,000 questions. You're amazing. I want to say that.
Yes. Yeah.
My ideas, I can't type fast enough.
I know.
I'll type up my notes and send them to you guys at some point today, just so you have access to them.
That's nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's see what our time is. So I can go a little bit over. I just have to be on another call at 1. So if you guys want to stick around for a little bit longer, we can go over a couple more things before 1. Does anyone have any specific questions about this?
No, sorry. Oh, wait.
No, wait, okay. Any
I would
specific?
suggest that you were saying you could stack pillows, but you could also just deflate your exercise ball to like half full and possibly use that too.
Oh, that's a good idea. To create like a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Cool. Okay, so how about we go, let's do the ladder barrel exercises.
Okay.
So for this, I like to use the chair behind the way you would use the rungs of the ladder. And I put the chair up against, depending on their flexibility, either against the couch, or if they're more flexible, you could put it up against the table. So I'm gonna put it up against the table just because it's easier to see, but just know you have some options. They could put their leg on a chair, they could put their leg on the couch, they could put their leg on a table, totally dependent on their flexibility. So I'm relatively flexible, so I can get my leg up here without having to do anything funky with my alignment. So I'll do this just so you can kind of see. So the thing I like about this is, you know how when clients are using the ladder barrel, if they don't hold themselves steady, the barrel will move. So this kind of replicates that they still have to do the work to stop the chair from moving. The chair is providing feedback, but it's not holding them up. They still have to do the work on their own. So, okay, so just like you would with the ladder barrel, you cross the leg across to come up. Can everyone hear me all this far away?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you lift your spine out, Exhale, round forwards and downwards.
Mhm.
So you can do your whole ballet stretch series here. You can do the slides. You can try to lift the leg. You can go into side. Then you can go through the whole series. So that's really nice. That can take up some time. I mean, if you really slowly delve into that whole series, that can take up 15 minutes of a session. So that's nice, because I think one of the things people have expressed to me is like the fear of like, what do I do for an hour? Right?
Mhm.
Like I don't have my equipment, what do I do for an hour? So
Right.
something like that is a very safe thing that you could take up like at least 15 minutes of time, get them all stretched out, moving from their center without worrying about them hurting themselves, and they're gonna feel really good afterwards. And that's
Okay.
really what we want, is we just want people to feel good. Anything specific on that, or any ladder barrel exercises you wanna play with?
I love the ladder barrel. What about like, I don't know, what else is there that you can do with the chair and ladder barrel?
So you can do the ballet stretches. You can do,
Yeah.
do you know, like from I don't know what it's called, like backward stretch,
Mhm.
where you would put your foot, and again, depending on their flexibility, you could either put it up here, or you could put it up here, where they stretch their hips forward and then they round back.
The hamstring, yes. Okay, nice,
You
nice.
could do that.
Mhm.
Side sit-ups, I wouldn't do
Yes.
here, but
Okay.
you could do down here on your makeshift spine corrector,
Or over the yoga ball.
or over the yoga ball. Totally, yeah. See, this is great. We can all share ideas.
Yeah.
So you could do your side sit-ups here.
Okay.
Something that I will say is that without the assistance of a strap, things can get
Yeah.
a lot harder.
Yeah.
But my couch is really low. I can wedge my feet under there. A lot of people have a couch or a chair like that. So you
Yeah.
could do that. You could wedge their feet underneath the couch to act as the strap,
Okay, nice.
which makes it easier to get back up. Let's see, is there anything else I can think of with the ladder barrel? I'll think about it. That's all I can think about right off the
Okay.
top of my head.
Mhm.
If there's if there's an exercise you absolutely love and you think of, let me know and I can try to figure out something for it.
I just think we haven't really done much for back extension, although over the yoga ball, we can do our whole series over the yoga ball. We can do all of it, actually.
Yeah.
I guess you can do it over the
Swan and
Okay.
Magic Circle too. There's that whole series of Magic Circle.
Yeah, so there's a whole series with the push through bar that you can do. So let's do that next, because that'll answer your question, Juliet, and we'll go into a couple more extension exercises. So I'm gonna do this with this ball. You can also do this with just like adding another couple pillows to your stack. So if we were going through the push through series, you can do your push through, right? Your feet are flexed, you round, you scoop your center to round back, and then you extend your spine forward, keeping tension on the ball with your arms straight and your legs straight. Just your regular push through. You can do, I learned this is called bottoms up push through, or the shoulder roll down, or the shari exercise with your feet on top of the bar. I'm gonna tilt here. Can you guys see me? I'm gonna tilt my screen down just a tiny bit. Okay, so you would have your feet on the ball, your imaginary bar. And the first part is just the hamstring curl, right? So just pulling the ball in, extending the ball out. You can do that 3 times, making sure they keep their back flat on the mat. And then you can go into the hips up and rolling down upper back, middle back, lower back down. And then you can add the kicks.
oh yeah.
So you can do that whole series here. You can do swan with the hands on top, pull back and push 3 times, and then push and hold, push into the ball to lengthen, lift up, get longer and lower down. That whole thing.
You could do that on the chair as well, yeah?
Totally. You
Yeah.
could do that on the chair. And again, depending on their flexibility, you have options. You could do it with their hands on the pillows. If they're really
Yeah.
tight in the shoulders and they can't get their arms up that high.
Yes, okay.
You
Great.
can do the mermaids here.
Mm-hmm.
You could, even if you have kids, maybe use like a soccer ball or something.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like any size ball. And then what was the last? So you can't do like the coming up for the teaser, but you can do this part, which again, like remembering that a lot of these people are at home just hunched over their computers all day, just anything to open up the chest is great. So you can do this part of the teaser. You can't really come up, but you can do this part, just opening up the chest, keeping your spine on the mat. And then maybe you could like pull the ball up to come up to your teaser or something.
Okay. Nice.
So that, I think we've hit some flexion, we've hit some extension, we've hit some side bend. We haven't done a ton of twisting, but I mean, you have all your mat exercises too, right? You have your crisscross, you have your saw, you have your spine twist. So I've been doing a lot of mat with my clients because they're used to doing mat at the studio, so it's familiar to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tanya and Kelly, something that we were talking about earlier is that one of the things I found really effective with the online teaching is to stick to what they already know. So although we're converting the exercises to other things, probably introducing new exercises isn't the best idea right now because you're already introducing a new way of doing it. So I would stick to things that they have somewhat in their body already.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
About looking at your schedule online.
Yeah.
Right. This is
that's our schedule.
You have it listed. Return to life mat. So that's just math. There's not going to be any props in that, right?
So that is like the original 34. Yeah.
And so then you have like the reformer on the mat, which is where you're using the props. Are you telling people ahead of time what to have available?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just saying that. So when they register, they're getting the email that says, for this class, have a towel, have a blanket, have a ball.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How many people are you getting in the classes so far?
So we've actually been doing surprisingly well. We had 12 on Saturdays, reformer on the mat, and then I just taught a mat class. I think we had 8 at 9:30 this morning. 7. We had 7. And so then, and actually the cool thing, and this is something I didn't even think of, is that some of my clients have friends all over the country that are looking for things to do. So I got a new client this week that signed up for a virtual membership that would never have been my client before because now she has access to our studio where she didn't before. So it kind of opens up a new realm of possibility in terms of who can come. But I will say I would probably cap things at 10. I've just found it's hard to keep an eye on everybody. If there's more than 10 little circles, 10 little squares in front of you.
Okay.
So, Tanya, one of the things we were talking about earlier is that I've been offering free classes on Instagram Live.
Okay.
And on Instagram Live, they can see me, but I can't see them.
Okay.
So in my mind, I've differentiated free versus paid service. The free, they can see me, but I can't see them. I'm not giving them corrections, but they're still getting a workout.
Right.
And then paid service, it's still a class. I talk to them, I give them modifications, I give them corrections. They still get personalized attention, which is why they're paying for the service.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That's great. What are you charging for your classes?
So those studio members that were already on memberships, knock on wood, the majority of them have maintained active memberships and have not asked me to reduce their rates, which I'm like super grateful to because we're still paying rent at the studio right now. I know the longer this goes on, I'm going to have to do something for them. So something I have done for them is I sent them all home little care packages with some props in them as just kind of like a thank you for keeping your business and here are some things you can use in class. And then for new people that are virtual only, I'm charging $20 for a drop-in. And then I think I'm going to introduce a membership for $100 a month, unlimited access to our online classes.
And your classes be live, and then are they going to have access to a library of the previous classes, or just the live schedule?
Yeah, so the live schedule, and then there's a library of all of the Instagram live classes I film, and they have access to that whenever, because those are on YouTube and Instagram TV.
So is the YouTube TV membership access only, or is it open to the general public?
That's open to the general public.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure
because the reason I'm not recording, I'm recording this for you guys, so I'll give you guys a recording of this workshop that you can access at any time. But the reason I'm not recording the group mat classes is because when it records, it only shows me. And if I'm just sitting here talking at them, there's not really anything for them to see. So I feel like in terms of a workout they want to watch later on, they're going to get more out of the one where I'm doing it and talking on their own than the one where I'm just talking at them.
Right. That makes sense. What can I ask you what you pay for rent?
So my rent is $2,000 a month.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
And,
I know.
at the studio. And what about the instructors that are renting space to, oh wait, you're at home. You're not in your studio.
I'm at home right now. So Kelly and Claudine are both instructors at our studio. All of our instructors, most of our instructors are employees of the studio.
Okay.
So I've given any instructor that's on our payroll, well, actually a couple of things about that. So I don't know, do you guys have employees or do you have independent contractors?
Independent contractors.
And you are the same? Okay. So with employees, including myself, because I'm an employee of my studio, we can all claim unemployment. I talked to my accountant and he said, because we're all W-2, we're paid through payroll, we can all get unemployment. So Kelly and I have applied for unemployment. And then any virtual teaching Kelly does, she gets paid through Venmo or whatever, however people want to pay her. And that's between her and the IRS if she wants to claim that income. I don't know how it works with independent contractors. I assume it's harder to get unemployment.
Yes, they can't. Legally, we can't get it.
So
no.
Yeah,
No.
sorry. Right. Yeah, you know that, Tanya, right?
Yeah.
So what are you guys
These
doing?
classes that you're doing online, you're just doing them. Your teachers aren't doing them?
So I've opened up the opportunity if they want to do them, but I think like Kelly's here today to kind of learn a little bit more about it. A lot of them, like Kelly lives in a house with like, how many people in your household?
We have 8 people.
So for some of them, teaching at home is just like not necessarily an option. Claudine, I think, is considering it, but right, you're kind of thinking about whether you want to teach online.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a lot of people are still deciding if that's something they want to do or not. I have one teacher who has a home studio, so she's been teaching at home, doing some virtual privates, but she's also the full-time teacher for her son now because he's home.
Yeah.
So I think I kind of took over the schedule out of necessity, and obviously if other people are interested in teaching, we'll figure out a way to make it work for them. What about you? Are your teachers wanting to teach?
Some of them desperately. I mean, they don't have any money otherwise, and because they can't get unemployment. So they get the priority as I launch this Zen TV thing of they'll get first pick, and the other teachers that have other careers or husbands that provide aren't, know that they're second on the list. It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Sorry, I get so emotional these days.
I know.
Are you crying every day? I cry every day. Sometimes it's out of like the joy of.
You're not the only one.
What was that?
Yeah, you're not.
You're not the only one crying every day.
I mean, even you, Danielle, it's just like the fact that you're doing this for us. I'm a stranger to you. It's so generous of your spirit. So thank you.
Yes.
Aww.
Yeah, it really is. You're wonderful.
No, I mean, honestly, like this is affecting us all. I mean, I have a mom who's 3,000 miles away who has stage 4 lung cancer. And I'm not allowed to go to her until my husband and I get tested, and we can't get tested. So this is affecting us all in like completely different ways. And I know that like no person's situation is worse than anyone else's. And I just feel like maintaining connection is like the best thing we can do.
Yeah, definitely.
So we are all in this together.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay, me too. I'm in Santa Monica.
Oops. Wait, I lost you. Where'd you go?
We're still here.
Oh, you're still there. Okay, sorry. Someone's calling me. Oh, you're in, wait, did you say you're in Los Angeles too?
Yeah, I'm in Santa Monica.
Oh, cool.
Do you know Rachel from Classic Pilates Body?
No.
She's the one that hooked me up with this connection. She's like, try this for some inspiration.
Oh,
So
wow.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'll have to
we're all
thank
connected.
her.
So I
Um,
definitely will thank her. But yeah, so I'm going into the studio and zooming from there, and I'm setting it up for other instructors to do the same thing for when they have their classes.
got
And
it.
then we'll pay her rent, or so the studio owner, a portion of what we're charging the client. So I was curious as to if you were doing that, which obviously you're not. You're staying at home. What you were paying for studio rental,
Oh,
time
got
and
it.
space. Yeah.
So I chose to stay home because I was doing that last week, and then when that second shelter in place order came out and it said you can't even go to work, I just became a scaredy cat and was like, all right, I don't want to get in trouble. So I decided to stay home. But I am going to be sneaking to the studio real quick today because sorry, I keep getting these calls and I have no idea who they are. I'm going to sneak to the studio real quick today to pick up a whole bunch of supplies, and then I'm dropping off care packages to a bunch of clients for full sessions. So, I mean, it might behoove you to teach from home because that way you don't have to pay rent.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's, I've got 3 young teenage girls and with homeschooling it becomes just a madhouse kind of thing. Really difficult to find the space. I mean, I could somehow squish it in, but also it's
I'm
just
gonna try to
being in the studio, and you're the only one there when you're teaching. So I guess it's like self-workout, and that's okay, right? If there's nobody else there, hope legally it's all right. And then the other instructors as well can come in, sort of give that professional setting, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot to be said for being at home because they're coming from home too,
So are you guys taking turns so no 2 teachers are there at the same time, or are you still sharing the space?
That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to set up. And I'm just getting the schedule going. Like, what are you finding it works for scheduling class times when people are available?
So the morning around 9:30 has seemed to be going really well. I think I have a couple this week that I'm trying earlier to see if like those that are working from home want to sneak in a workout before they get going with their day. But I've honestly found most people are sleeping in longer now that they're at home. So the 9:30 time has been going really well. And then me and Kelly had a conversation yesterday about all the moms and teachers and how their break is around like 11, 12-ish. So we're doing this time, this like 11:30 time slot a couple days a week. And we're just going to see how it goes this week and kind of take it from there based on which classes are doing the best. Oh, we lost Tanya.
Oh.
And then we said that we'd try next week for the Contrology Club in the afternoon. So
yeah, we were going to try next week if you guys want to do. So basically, this class, Contrology Club, is something I run at my studio every week on Mondays.
That's so cool to do that. You just talk about how to teach and different techniques and stuff?
Yeah, so usually what we do is like we do like a 45-minute self-guided workout, and I walk around and give corrections, and then we do 45 minutes on a specific topic. So it changes every week, and they kind of request what the topic is. We've done, I mean, sometimes based on workshops that I'm traveling around at the time, I'll test out the workshop with them first. Or sometimes we'll do something just fun. Hi.
Sorry, my phone battery ran out. I'm just like so all over the place.
So a couple people actually requested that we do this. I was telling Juliet, this is a class I do at my studio every week on Mondays, the Contrology Club. And now we're doing it online. And usually we have like a little bit of a workout element, and then we have like a topic we focus on. So I've had some requests for next week doing it a little bit later in the afternoon. I don't know if that would work for you guys.
Actually, later afternoon works well. I'm kind of feels like I'm booking in the morning, which is a good thing with Friday.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So maybe we'll do like around 2 or 3 next week. And if anyone has a specific topic you want to focus on, just let me know and I'll just make a list and we'll kind of go through the list each week, topics that people have requested. It can be, I mean, it can be anything. I think right now a lot of people want things more visual, more virtually focused, but I mean, we've also done like, if you want to do, I've done ones on like auxiliary apparatus, which might be helpful now that that's kind of the only thing people might have at their house. We could do something on like how to get your own workouts in during all this craziness. We could do anything you want. So just if you have any requests for topics, just let me know and we'll make it work. And it was so great to see you all and speak to you all and hang in there. I know this is not easy for anyone and it's so nice to connect and know that we're all in this together.
Danielle,
So nice to meet
can I
you.
grab
Thank you, Daniela. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
your email
Daniela.
address before you hang up, Daniela?
Yeah.
Can I grab your email before we hang up?
Yes, totally. It's Daniela with 1 L at oldschoolpilates.com.
That's hard to remember. Okay, old school. Got it. Okay, good. I'll drop you a little hello right now.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Bye,
Awesome.
you all. Nice to
Thank
meet
you
you.
all.
Hopefully, good luck, everybody. Hopefully-
Thank you.
Send a link for your classes that you're running.
Yes. Do you have Instagram?
Yes.
What's your Instagram?
I'm really bad. I don't know actually.
Okay.
But I'm
Or what's your phone number? I'll text you.
okay. 310. You're amazing. 720-1684.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Thanks so much. You're
Of
a blessing.
course.
You're wonderful. You're
You're
really
wonderful. It was so wonderful to meet you.
Okay. I look forward to tomorrow's class.
Yay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.